People calling me racist and shit like that. I've got to where I'm willing to say, yeah, hell yeah, I'm racist. I think everybody ought to own 2 or 3 of them. Put their butts to work. Them and the damn Mexicans too.
My wife is half Mexican, you know, and I get, oh, you're racist and all that kind of crap. And, you know, my wife's half Mexican. Oh, I was baptized in a black Baptist church. You know, I've had some close black friends in my life. I don't right now, apart from a few people on the radio. And, but dadgummit, that's just the way it turned out. But, I don't hate people because of the color of their skin or nothing, but we're not talking about, the distraction, the level of racism they would throw out there to sidetrack or distract us to get us to look towards something else. And, but just the fact is, too many times they do really resemble one another, racially speaking. Roger?
You guys are scattershot. You're all over the place.
Well, that's part of the fun of it, Raymond. You're going to have to get your head out of the jar and, you know, just... That's part of the fun of radio, and you go with the flow. You don't stick with one subject and you know, and just keep hanging on it and peckering on it. You know, if you get off on another subject, that's fine. That's just part of it.
Well, again, you posed the question. We don't want Sarin Gas going off in a subway in New York. And we got an open society and a porous border that we can't close because of our own internal opposition from our own saboteurs inside the country. So how can we possibly keep our people safe under these conditions? And the answer is you go to the source and you take it out. Then they have no sarin gas to import into the country. That's what you have. That's the only choice that you're left with.
Okay, see, problem solved. Now, being that problem solved, you go on to something else, you know, and we got away from that. I thought you understood that, you know. I thought you were a little smarter than that. I mean, Ronnie and Brad went on and was talking about something completely different. I mean, but that's okay.
Hey, Ronnie?
So that means that I've won the argument of why we went into Iraq? You conceded that point?
No, I ain't conceding shit. I don't think we should be there for no damn 18 years.
Mohammedan countries that would like to get
if they found all them weapons of mass destruction over there, I'll concede on that. I didn't hear nothing about that. But, you know, I don't keep up with all this internet crap.
You know, there's coming up. There's no great surprise to any of us that they may very well consider trying to move those kind of goods across the border.
On TV.
There.
You can't believe everything on the internet you read.
Blend in. You're most of Mohammedan.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't one of the guys that found it. So, I can't say yay or nay on it. But, you know, I'll take your word for it. I'll say, okay, well, they found it out there. I mean, it didn't go anywhere, so they got rid of it. Good deal. Why are they still there? Those people are still killing each other. They don't like the Americans over there. And they've been ever since they've been there. So, why in the devil are they there?
They're scatterbrained all over the place. You can't have a logical discussion because they won't follow a trail of logic.
I mean, problem solved.
They refuse to follow a trail of logic. Instead, they evade the argument. They avoid the facts on the table because they can't deal with them, I suppose.
I'm not evading no facts. I'm not evading no logic. I'm stating facts and logic. Those people have been killing each other for thousands of years. And when a foreign entity comes in, they gang up on them. You pull the foreign entity out, and they go back to killing each other. So get the American troops out, let them take care of each other, and put the American troops where they're needed.
Well, you know, if all we're going to do is kill each other, what interest would we have there? And I don't recall us taking an interest in their inter-tribal warfare in the past. I don't remember it becoming an issue till we started having terrorist attacks from the United States.
Why are you so gay? Raymond? Hell, the only thing they did
Probably in middle school, before it actually applies to any form of sexual orientation, right? Because in middle school you don't have any orientation, let alone a sexual one. It's just used to refer to something that you know you don't enjoy. But the funny thing is that since middle school, I've probably been asked this question almost as much as any other question. If I had a dime for each time I've been asked, why are you so gay, I could maybe pay for one credit at Georgetown.
And then invading Iraq. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And you ain't going to tell me no different, so you might as well quit trying to tell me all this awful long horse shit that you're coming up with, because I don't believe that crap. It's just a bunch of hogwash, and it's just a bunch of politicians that got us into that mess, and we've been there for 18 friggin' years. We don't need to be there, and that's all there is to it.
Well, we got rid of Saddam Hussein, and after we got rid of him, we set them up where they could have free elections, and they did, and they voted themselves a Sharia law form of government, and that's what they wanted. That's not exactly what we wanted for them, because after all, where you've got Sharia law, there is no such thing as freedom of religion. And I guess you're free to practice one, Islam.
I think that's slandering me to consider that I was taking the argument unseriously and throwing up off-the-wall crap.
Well, I'm just telling you what I feel. You've sat there and for the last couple of hours to belittle me on all this and talk down to me, and I've sat here and put up with it, but I'm not going to put up with it much longer. I'm going to tell you just like it is, you know. I'm one of those guys that I'll get along with you just as good as anybody, as long as you respect me and my opinion. I'll respect you and yours, and I've tried to do that, but you know, well, I've tried, and both me and Brad both has tried to get away from the subject, and you keep going back to it. So now, if you want to keep a hammering on it, we can get down and hammer on it, and I'll tell you, I don't believe that bullshit you're spitting out, and I don't give a damn whether you think I'm disrespecting you or not. I just don't really give a shit.
Well, we hadn't got to the opinion phase yet. We were placing hard facts on the table and trying to dispel fraudulent nonsense. Blood for oil, yak, 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 hey, hey, ho, ho, President Bush has got to go, hey, hey, blood for oil, yak, yak, yak. I mean, that's not an argument. Well, we do have a speech, you know, and we do have a vote in Congress. We could, once we have and we do have the weapons over there, and we know what the fears were at the time when we were having terrorist attacks in the United States. I mean, there was a lot of things that went on there. For example, I remember a time a tour bus was going on there. Somebody rose up and was going to attack the people on the bus, but instead the people on the bus got up and subdued the man. And we had attempted people trying to blow up airplanes, and they were attacked by the passengers. The mood in the country was, we're not going to take this crap no more. And so when the guy had come up with a bomb in his underwear and tried to set it off, he was attacked and subdued by the passengers. I still remember what things were like back then. The subject was treated quite seriously then, was it not?
I've probably been asked this question almost as much as any other question.
Raymond,
For each time I've been asked, why are you so gay? I could maybe pay for one credit at Georgetown. So, but the interesting thing about this question too is opposing motivations for why people would ask this question. Some people ask this question as a way to shame me, and to shame the identity, to say, why are you so gay? As if, it offends them, somehow it smells, I don't know. But then, also, people very close to me who love me very much ask it from a place of love and concern. Why are you so visible? Why would you subject yourself to potential discrimination when you don't have to? And therefore, answering this question involves addressing both of these sorts of concerns and both of these motivations. And that transformation, and really for me, it comes down to three things. One is my obligations to history. Two are the realities of my own identity. And lastly are our obligations for those yet to come.
And not have no argument with it. If we keep going like this, all we're going to do is cause some hard feelings, and there's no sense in that. I don't want that, because, you got a lot of knowledge that I listen to.
Ain't none of us gonna perfectly agree
you
on
and Ray get together, you
everything.
talk about electronics.
If we did,
and there's
that'd
one
just
times
be
I'm listening, I don't say nothing because
we
I'm
were
listening to you and I'm trying to learn from you.
robots programmed by things
when you get on to some crazy crap like this, to where we got a difference of opinion, well, that's what America's about, Everybody's got a difference of opinion, and everybody's entitled to it. So let's just drop it and go on to something else. I mean, good Lord, talk about sunspots or something like that. I'm not trying to be ornery or anything like that. I'm trying to get along with you.
Well, once again, we haven't even got to the opinion phase. I got my opinions. If it would have been me presented with those type of circumstances, would I have made that decision, for example? We're not even near and that's what I've been doing. I ain't been pulling none of this out of my ass. I got documentation for everything that comes out of my mouth. But you're not going to find much in the chant that the leftists would making. Blood for oil. The same political swamp that caused the baby killers. It's kind of discouraging for me to hear the fraudulent propaganda put out by the leftist propagandists being used as a form of argument.
Today we just do a very simple
is quite discouraging.
Inside the way a touch of the alizarin crimson. We just load a little bit right into the bristles. Pull a little paint out. Tap the bristles firmly to assure a nice even distribution of paint all the way through the bristles. And let's go right up here. And we'll take this old brush and just make a little crisscross strokes. We'll just very quickly drop in just a little warm part in the sky here.
Inside the way. If I was to take umbrage at anything, it's hearing that leftist propaganda regurgitated, which is 100% fraudulent, 100% slanderous, and 100% nonsense. And you should never hear any of that crap coming out of our mouths. Go give me some coffee, and I'll be back in further in.